Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about Vivek Ramaswamy and his response that he should do immediately. What his response should be to Oliver Anthony's number one hit song, "Rich Men North of Richmond." All right, and I think this is a map on how to win against Donald Trump. This song is extremely important. First of all, this thing went on it's the number one song in the country. What's the metric? iTunes, right? Do you understand how overpoweringly compelling a country song has to be to win on iTunes, right? Do you understand how outrageously liberal iTunes users generally are, right? Like iTunes, like Apple iPhones are the epitome of dyed-in-the-wool liberal wealth, right? I ain't got iTunes, I ain't got Apple money, right? I use a Samsung Android, right? And I've used it, and my phone is 6 years old, right? It's astounding, and so this thing cut through and became number one on iTunes, right? So you have to understand how powerful a song has to be. And when you listen to Oliver Anthony, and if you ain't listened to it, you better go listen to it. Man, it is just Google "Rich Men North of Richmond," and it has millions of views. You will find it immediately, right? And when Oliver Anthony sings this song, this video is him standing in somebody's backyard. There's two hunting hounds at his feet, right? There's forest behind him with a hunting stand, right, that you would stand on with a rifle or with a compound bow, right, to hunt creatures, right, deer, elk, moose, right? And he is banging it out. He is just, his heart and his soul is in this song, and he's saying, this is who is hurting right now in America. We're not heard, we're not respected, we are not remembered, right? And we're dying in the streets for it. And who is that? Blue collar American males. They are done. That's what he's saying. He's saying, ain't nobody give two rats for us. And boy, is he right? So I have a hobby. I'm a big Dungeons and Dragons fan, and I can tell you right now, man, I deal with there's a significant number of young men around the table, and they're having rough lives, man. It is very hard for them right now, right? It's hard to get for them to get women to see them, right? And the reason why is for 50 years, women are like, we are going to make ourselves independent, and they have, and they do not need them for anything, right? And it's heartbreaking for these gentlemen, good, upstanding, good charactered, kind, tolerant, smart, don't matter. Does not matter. Nobody wants to hear them talk. Nobody wants to spend 1 minute with them. It is rough. It is rough, right? And so this guy's right. If you're a blue-collar American male right now, you are finished, right? Hard finding a job, hard finding companionship, hard finding joy, right? And you can hear it in every note of this song, okay? And guess what? If Vivek does not find a way to resonate with every single person who's got this banger on heavy rotation on their mobile, he ain't gonna win, right? Because Donald Trump has, right? And he has got to start thinking right now. If he can capture even 15% of this song's listeners, that is a massive swing from President. This is how you beat President Donald Trump, because you can bet everybody who's got this thing on heavy rotation is a Trump sympathizer, a Trump voter, a Trump supporter, right? And so Vivek has to go right at this. And so this song is a map of American division. And the first division it's saying is, it's like, hey, women up, men down, right? Men are literally dying. And he is 100% right. And this is the issue. Go over to Breaking Points, and they'll break it down for you. They'll give you maps and charts, and it'll be like, men, blue-collar American males are dying deaths of despair. You don't know what a death of despair is? Look it up. Saddest thing you will ever see, right? And ain't nobody looking at the charts. Ain't nobody care about the news, right? What they care about is a dude who did it through art, right? And he cuts right to the heart. And he's like, if you blue-collar American male, you are divided. You are forgotten. You are set aside. You are disrespected, right? But he's saying it in the song. He's like, I see you. I recognize you, right? And something that really got me, and that Vivek has to figure this out. He has to figure this out. And if he ain't doing it, he needs to do it right now. And I don't know, and this is going to be hard, right? Because you don't want to ignore women when they come out, on the trail. You can't ignore them, right? But this song is saying there is a special group that has to be reached and that desperately needs attention and needs focus and needs time and needs energy. And where's that going to come from, right? He's got to parse his time, energy, and focus, right? And the reality is this is huge. He has really got to figure this out. This is the path to victory, right? Because everybody listening to this song right now, over and over and over, they're saying, yeah, I have fallen off an edge. Who can come get me, right? And they are wrong. I do not believe for one moment. Actually, President Donald Trump can solve some of their problems, and that's why they're resonating to him. The problem, in my opinion, the issue with Donald Trump is he will solve their economic problems. He will make their character problems 100 times worse. Right? He will make them into bad people. He will show them a model of leadership that is horrific and monstrous, but he will fix their economic issue. Vivek can do both. He can fix their economic issue by simply running the Republican playbook. That's all that Donald Trump is doing, right? Vivek can and will run the Republican playbook, right? But he can model character, and he can help these guys get back on their feet, right? But he's got to put time, focus, and energy on this. Richmond, north of Richmond, is a map of division that Vivek Ramaswamy has to understand, has to respond to, and has to master the solution for. Every single word of that is my humble opinion. What's important is when I get to hear your humble opinion when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.